Send it out to the boys.
Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, this is exciting. Having a proper Zoom function,
Oh,
Zoom
yeah.
live feature. So if you guys want, you guys don't have to. I think I'd have to give you access to do it though. But if you guys don't want to use OBS anymore, we can just go live through here.
Heard that.
There is a Zoom. What do you call it? Web. What do you call watermark though? Which I feel like I can remove somehow.
I
Just
mean, I OBS seems to work pretty well for me.
okay. Maybe it's just my computer, man. I don't know. It's always gonna be my
I mean,
computer.
I do have a brand new Mac though that I got with my stimulus check. So,
Ooh, look at you. What is it, Mac? Is it MacBook or is that what do you call it, Mac?
yeah, it's an iMac. It's like a desktop.
iMac? Okay.
Yeah, I love this thing, man.
Man, um, I'm trying to invest in a PC now.
You are.
Similar to
You gotta go
the
Mac,
gaming.
man. You gotta go Mac.
Mac, man, I don't know. Everything's just so limited on Mac.
I mean, you're limited to using Mac stuff, yeah, but Mac stuff is often superior.
Oh, we got people. He said, Noel and Connor, both of y'all need to back your heads up.
Back my head up.
Apparently, way too close. Why can't? I'm
Yeah, I got
actually distance. I'm actually pretty far, man. I got a 50 millimeter lens though, so it's like
Yeah,
I'm
I have a fixed lens, so I can't really adjust the zoom or else it gets way out of focus.
yeah. Well, I got autofocus, but like I'm loving this lens, man. This blurry background. I feel so professional.
It's a good one, man. It's a good one.
But yeah,
All right, we ready to start this shit?
yeah.
Yeah, let's start it.
Who's hosting?
Good question.
Uh,
I
I don't remember who did it last.
I think it was it me. I think it was me.
I think it might. I think it was you.
Yeah, I can host. I can host
All
this.
right, you know.
All right. This is episode 20, right?
20.
20. What's up, guys? This is Just Some Weebs, episode 20. I'm here with my homie Naito's Corner, also known as
Oh,
Connor, and Shinigami Wolf, also known as Eric. Today we're going to be discussing Haikyu, and we're most likely will be drifting off topic like we always do. So, so who wants to kick it off of season 3? Haikyu.
yeah. I can kick it off and say that we finally see my favorite character in the series,
Really?
Tendo. I love him. I don't know why. He's even in the thumbnail. I had to put him there.
Oh man, Tendo. His weird looking.
Dude, he's weird as hell, and that's why I love him.
I have to agree with that. He was one of my favorite characters, just because out of all the characters in Haiku, he was by far the most bizarre,
Yeah,
awesome. I love that dude.
yeah. I love how just like lanky and like he just so like I don't know all the time. He just has like a very flamboyant like or like vibe to him, and I love it.
One thing I love about Haiku is just the size difference between the kids. Like, there's just kids that are so much taller and shorter than each other. Like,
Yeah,
and there's other animes where there's like height differences and size differences, but usually with like the more slice of life animes, I've noticed high school ones, like usually all the kids are like the same size for the most part, and then this one it's actually more realistic in how they're proportioned.
right. Yeah, I would say that I agree with that 100%. Like there's a lot of shows where like they their faces look different, but other than that, they're all kind of just like the same. Same like hair, same size, same height. This one definitely has the most like dynamic cast. And I think that's why I love Haikyuu personally so much is like the characters in it are just so well done.
They are that I will agree with.
Hmm. Who would
Yeah, definitely. I would say season 3, like, it's the perfect. For one, it's 10 episodes, and they found a way to not make the the final spring tournament game feel drawn out
Hmm.
in a way. Like it was like how do I say it? It was perfectly done in a way that it doesn't feel like like a fight in One Piece or a fight in Bleach or a fight in Dragon Ball Z. You know, it was drawn out to the point where it was drama added to it. Like you
Uh-huh.
had a dramatic effect in that game, and you didn't know what was going on because everything was going back and forth, back and forth, back and
Right.
forth. And that's one thing I love about Haikyu. I'm not sure how far you are right now in the anime, Connor.
I'm current.
You're caught up,
Yeah, I'm
and
caught up.
when you get to this point of the anime, you learn that there. I mean, there is clearly plot armor in the anime. Clearly plot
In a volleyball anime.
armor.
Well, I would say yes and no because what I love later in this show is like in the first season and honestly part of the second season, I feel like it was like a Kageyama and Hinata show where they just did everything. Like literally, they scored every point, and other than defense, that's the one thing they didn't do. And like as you get further into the series, it's like they realize that they're playing better and better teams where they can't just rely on Hinata to score every point and Kageyama to get him the ball really quickly because the other team's defense is good enough to catch on to that. So it's like the coach is really put to his test there where he has to kind of like incorporate like Tsukushima and like using like Tanaka and like actually using the ace and whatnot to score points. And I think it's really cool how they developed into like being a team of six players that are all kind of on equal footing rather than just like a two-man show.
Yeah.
That's very, very true. They definitely fleshed it out more with the characters, made it seem more of a team effort than during the beginning where it was mostly just centered around those two. But you really
Mm-hmm.
got to feel where the whole team was helping each other out, and there wasn't just like one particular star player on the team. Like they all worked together pretty well, and they all had their own times to shine, which that's
Exactly.
what really put this season above the other ones, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, and one reason why to the top in like the part that me and Eric are on, me and Connor are on right now,
Mm-hmm.
is honestly my favorite part, like through the season, is because Pike, for one, the character development, especially Hinata, like goes up dramatically in this season, and you can finally see the growth that Hinata, for one, especially in the third season that you just finished, Eric. Hinata, um, Hinata, he does things that he never was able to do before. You know, especially spiking from the backfield.
Right.
He wasn't able to do that before, and he's gonna keep growing and growing and growing and growing as a player because remember he didn't start out playing volleyball like everybody else did on his team. He played it with a soccer player, a tennis player. So he was never part of a volleyball team, and he goes through these hardships in volleyball because he has a love for it, and he's trying to catch up, but he's catching up at a dramatic rate, and that's what I love about Hinata and Haikyu, man. Because yes, he's the main character. Well, he's one of the main characters of Haikyu, but you know, he's given a side of perspective that
Ow, what the
even
heck?
if did you hear this guy iconic?
Yeah, I don't know why it does this every time I go on Zoom.
But yeah, we're given a perspective of
Change it real
you
quick.
can always get better at something, and no matter how better somebody else is, there's always somebody that's gonna end up being better than you. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
same with YouTube, for example. You have YouTubers that you know you want to aspire to be like, and you end up being like them. And you end up surpassing them at some point, and the ladder just keeps going on and on and on and on.
Hmm.
That's just one. That's the realistic aspect of Haiku that I just I absolutely love.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has, being like a sports anime mixed with slice of life, but also shonen. I think it is one of the shonens that touch upon like actual real life aspects. In my opinion, I mean, I can relate to it because I was always like a big sports guy in like school and whatnot growing up. So I think it hits home pretty well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, obviously it's harder to connect well with like One Piece or like Dragon Ball Z where they have like all these abilities and whatnot. Not to knock on that because I do enjoy them, but
Oh yeah, definitely. What kind of sports did you play in high school?
I played lacrosse, football. I wrestled for a little bit, but I wasn't really big into wrestling. Um, I really wanted to play volleyball, but my school didn't get a volleyball team until the year after I graduated, which
Maybe
sucked.
this anime made me regret not playing volleyball in high school, or maybe made me
Yeah,
regret not doing sports because I actually didn't. I was into sports when in middle school, but then in high school I just grew out of it. I didn't because I was doing other things, and then now I'm like a lot more active with fitness than I was way back in high school. Like I did not do any of that in high school, and now I'm
right.
watching all this and I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could go back and actually do this to do some sports or something.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I want to, like I said last stream, I want to find like a volleyball league so bad, just like a pickup league now. I'm like obsessed with
Yeah.
it. Every day I search.
Yeah, and this show I envy every all the team players and like the teams and all the friends on this because when I was in high school, the people who played sports were assholes. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing sports.
Right.
When I was in high school, I played soccer. I wish my high school had a football team because I would immediately try it out for the football team. Because I'm not sure if I don't think you guys ever seen my body type, but I have like the body type of a football player. And
Okay.
everybody's like, Noel, why don't you play football? Noel, why don't you play football? If you play football, you'll be like a really good football player. My high school didn't have a football team, unfortunately. But
Okay.
definitely played soccer though. But yeah, I would say there's definitely a lot of people that were better than me in soccer. But
I played
most
soccer for a while, not in high school, but I played like up until like 8th grade.
okay,
I enjoyed soccer. It was one of my favorite sports.
I played football in eighth grade, and then after that, I stopped playing football. But I was a lineman because I was like a lot more heavy set back then.
Mm.
But
Whoa.
ooh, animals.
Like cat.
If I played football now, maybe I'd be like a wide receiver or something, or do some other position. But I was like a total lineman back then.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
when we make our Annie Tuber volleyball team, you're gonna be the ace or the middle blocker. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, he'll be boom right
the
there, man.
Tsukishima.
Right there.
Yeah, he you can just get you can probably get your hands over the net just standing, right? Yeah.
Not easily, most
Wait,
likely.
how tall are you in centimeters? Because I'm not good with height in centimeters.
I don't know what I know what I am in feet. I know I'm 6'6", but like in centimeters, I'd be like I don't know two something.
Two something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, man.
To something. I think that's another cool thing that like oops, I almost knocked that out. Haikyu has as well is because comparing it to like American sports, like you were saying, Eric. I mean, American sports. I see growing up like there is kind of like a jock aspect to it, where there is a lot of like kind of assholes in sports. At least there was when I was growing up, and like it's kind of cool to see like the Japanese culture that Haikyuu has because it always seems to me to be so like honorable and whatnot. And it even shows when they're like playing other teams and whatnot. There just always is like a level of respect between all the teams, and
Oh, definitely.
definitely definitely wasn't like that when I was playing sports.
No, when I was playing sports, like they were assholes. I remember like when I was playing in eighth grade, like they were so rude to each other, and everyone just had so much like no one like if you one kid was doing bad or there's anything like that, there was like oh that kid fucking sucks, and they were just like
Right,
total assholes about it. And I got suspended from the team for like a month because I got in a fight with one of the players, and like
right. It
yeah,
happens.
I got kicked off for a month because he was
Oh
hang
man.
behind that. But yeah, fuck that kid.
Real American man in there. Arrogant team sportsmanship, like
Right.
con.
Horrible sportsmanship. Like it was so
Yeah,
bad.
it's kind of like a totem pole aspect where you just got to climb it and push people underneath you,
Like, what are you getting
raise you
from
up.
it? Instead of just bettering one another, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and I was so fed up with the team by the end of our last because we actually lost our last game, but we made it to the finals because we were actually a pretty good team. And like half the team are like the most obnoxious kids on the team like started crying about it, and I was just like literally started crying, and I was just like we lost the game, whatever. I'm not really torn up about it. I'm just
Right.
gonna go home after this. And I was laughing a little bit, not gonna lie, because those kids were assholes,
I
and I
would
was like.
laugh too. I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh too. Like if you were,
No, that scene in Haiku where they lose the game and like none of them just get like mad and just start
Right.
raging and start crying over it. That's exactly how it was with my team. Only it was a lot more pathetic. Like it was like crying like little babies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my team was pretty good growing up. we went for like every year we were like always like one loss or undefeated until my senior year of high school and we only won 2 games.
Only won 2 games.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's basically like, okay, so my senior year, I didn't play soccer that much in my senior year,
Yeah.
and this team went like 2-10 or something like that, 1-10. Their record was really really bad, like really really bad. And I'm not even gonna blame it on the oh, what's up, K Genma? But I'm not even gonna blame it on the players. It was mainly the ref's fault, putting the bad players before the good players. Like he was subbing the good players, but start the bad players,
Really.
which made no sense.
That's interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of politics in my sports growing up. It was like kind of whoever was like, you know, their parents donated equipment to the team, they would play regardless. Until you get to once you get to high school is a little like if you're the best, you're gonna play. But
Mm-hmm.
my team senior year was essentially like Hinata's middle school team, where there was like one player that was like good and everybody else was kind of just like there to fill space.
Oh man, but yeah, Haikyuu really makes you think back to high school and like
Hmm.
back to like what you wish you would have done when you were in school.
The glory days, yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
got a lot of those feels.
Have you, Noel? Did you read any of the Haikyu manga?
Manga?
Yeah,
No, my friend he kept bugging me about reading it. It's on my list of many manga I read.
right. I'm just trying to see, like I know the manga recently ended, right?
Yeah,
So how much further is the manga from like season 4 to the top?
my friend told me that. Um, do you guys want a spoiler? Because
I
once
don't
I go
necessarily
over it,
want spoilers. I just want to know, like, is there gonna be a couple more seasons, or is it gonna
no,
be
I want to say a couple at most. There's gonna be another season if they don't fit everything into this last season.
okay? Yeah, because that's what like originally like when I started Haikyuu, like honestly something that was kind of like had me reserved on watching Haikyuu, like was I thought it was going to be one of those things where they just kind of like stretch it out as long as they can and like you start with Kageyama, Tsukishima and Hinata as like first years and we follow them till they graduate. But I like when I started watching I realized it's like all about this just one year, this one group of players. It doesn't really like go into their I mean maybe it does later on, but like the first 4 seasons are all about like one season of play, like one season of the sport rather than like oh, now we're seniors and now we're like the captains and whatnot. But I think that's kind of a cool aspect.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to look at it.
Mm.
Um, you know, I'm not sure if you ever met. At least I've never met a person that disliked Haikyuu. Like a person that just did not enjoy watching it at all, not even once.
Mm.
And had pure hate for Haikyuu. I feel like Haikyuu is just that one anime that you simply have no reason to hate. If you've had a childhood, then you have no reason to hate Haikyuu. If you haven't, then I can see why you would hate it. But that's unfortunate, you know. And it's a purely fun, enjoyable anime. You see,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the emotion that the players go through. You feel the excitement that the players go through. You feel the determination that the players have. Like it feels like you're in their shoes when you're watching Haikyuu, and I think that's why it has such a big fan base now. And I'm glad that you guys are both, at least Connor's up to date, and you're catching up, Eric, because from the start of this podcast, man, Haikyuu's been in my top 10, and I've dreamt of the day that you guys watch Haikyuu, so you guys can be exposed to at least a taste of the slice of life.
Right.
You know.
I mean, I definitely enjoy it. It's something that I've put off watching for a long time, and I don't really know why. Like, I kind of just put it off, and I was like, oh, I'll get to it now, and then something else comes up, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it next, and then I finally just forced myself to, and I can't say I regret it at all. It's definitely one of my not my favorite series, but it's definitely creeping up into like as far as top shonen series go, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, for shonen, yeah, definitely.
Mm.
It was my first sports anime, and I don't know
Same.
if I can see any more sports animes being as good as this one.
Right.
Sports anime's never really been my forte. I've never had much of an interest in it, but this
Yeah, like there's not another sports anime that I really have like an intention of watching at this point anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I was looking at Evie's story, and I'm like, what is she in? Like, what is she watching? Like Haikyuu related? It's like it looks like a play or
Oh
something.
yeah, there's Stage Act. I just was watching a little bit of like couple scenes of it. It seems interesting, but I'm not sure if it's really my thing. It's just kind of cool. Like they're really good dancers. It seems like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do they actually like do the volleyball playing, or is it just like
No, I don't
drawing?
think they actually play. It's kind of like facing like it would be basically like the nets at the end of the stage and they're facing you kind of because I saw like they would jump towards the crowd sometimes and like fake spiking and whatnot. So I don't think they actually play. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't watched too much of it.
My
Oh my
Discord is going off. I'm not sure if you guys can hear
But
it.
god.
when I turn off my Discord notifications, when I first had Discord, I would just get the like all like every single second, like what was
Right.
going
Crazy. I don't have it open.
I need to get Discord on my phone because I only have it on my computer and I always miss like people's messages. I'm like shit.
Yeah, that's really the Discord phone app is actually really good. Discord's blown up this year. Like everyone I know now has a Discord, and it's taken over. And
Right.
like I don't know, every freaking furry has a Discord too. I feel like Discord's being taken over by furries now.
the furry
Everybody I've ever met has a
the
Discord now.
furry disease is coming.
It's hitting the plague in the Discords real hard.
I love, dude. That video is cracked my. I loved that shit.
The Flash Gigs videos. Oh my
Hmm.
god! Like, oh my god! I definitely have more streams and more reaction streams. I'm gonna do a reaction stream. I'm gonna react to Ip videos and see how I manage to do that. But
Can you show that on stream?
I definitely cannot show the videos, but I could like show my
Your
reaction.
reaction to it. Okay.
Maybe show some sound effects and whatnot. But I definitely want to do some reactions to those videos. Definitely doing one for Backdoor Labrador.
Backdoor Labrador. I heard you talking about that one. The name alone.
The name alone, that's where my friend
Yeah.
Matt Crap out got his Discord name from. Shouts out to him. He's probably in the chat right now.
Um, I'm doing. I don't think I told you guys. I think Connor, because Connor did what's it called, said yes on my poll, but I'm doing a giveaway for like a random T-shirt that I'm like doing like a draw for on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or Tokyo Otaku Mode. It's gonna just be like a random anime T-shirt, and whatever comes out of it, the person's gonna get. Because I don't want to be biased and pick an anime that
You like
yeah,
Haikyu or your name or something probably.
yeah. Wow.
Giveaways are a lot of fun. I've had so much fun doing giveaways.
Yeah,
So
I
I
have
was
a lot of
wondering,
fun
you
too.
want to be do you want me to put your name down for it?
Yeah, put me down, man.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I got like 27, 28 people so far.
Badass. Did you guys watch the next Attack on Titan episode?
Yes,
Was
I
it the
did. And
third?
now it. You started, Eric, or no?
Was it? Is it the third episode or the second?
Second.
Second.
Oh, the second. Yeah, I watched it at Johnny's.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't really that much in the second episode. I was hoping to get a little more detail, but
Yeah, it was dialogue in it, but now I have an idea because I was a little confused in the first episode,
right.
and now that I watched the second one, now I know that
It was
it's in the
in
future.
the future,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's in the future, and yes, I don't. What I want to know is what happened to Eren and Mikasa and all of them. Like, did
I
they all
I
die?
think no, because they said that they lost the war in for Paradise Island. So what my presumption is that it's kind of a year, like 4 years after that last battle when like they sliced open the Beast Titan and like they took Bertholdt. I think it's like you know how they ran away afterwards. Like Reiner was picked up by the Jaw Titan and they ran away. I think it's just they retreated back to their home, their mainland, and it's 4 years from there. So what I think is gonna happen, I have no idea. So this is not a spoiler. This is just my prediction. I think the Aaron and his whole group, like Levi and everybody, I think they're gonna come and like attack maybe or something. Like maybe they'll make a ship. Who knows?
Yeah,
No
I mean,
spoilers, K Gemma. Oh yeah, he's not caught. I think he's only. How much have you watched K Gemma? His
it
Senta.
says Attack on Titan is kind of confusing me because like I seen all the other episodes, and it's like, wait, so what happened to everybody else? yeah, similar to what we are talking about, like
Right.
because at the end of the third season, we saw everybody, we saw them all go into the world with the where all the Titans came from.
He's only on
And
season 2.
okay,
Yeah, he's got a lot to
You
catch
still
up
you
on.
got a lot. You got to get going, KJ. It's gonna be all. You're not gonna be able to avoid spoilers. It's gonna be everywhere soon.
but you better cover your ears, KJ, because we're talking about season four.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the person in my chat right now saying was asking like, what happened? Why is there just a random time jump or time skip from the end of the third season to the beginning of the fourth season? Because I was also kind of annoyed by that because I was expecting it to directly continue off from the third season, just like all the prior seasons did. But all of a sudden, they just randomly thought of. I'm not sure if this is like a what do you call it? A flash forward.
I'm pretty
But
sure it is a flash forward.
you think it's a flash forward? Okay.
Well, I think that I don't think it's necessarily a flash forward. I think it's just going to be like a time skip because I think that it's going to be. I don't know if there's more info in the manga that isn't in the anime because I haven't read that far yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be like that last battle where Reiner and what is what is the Beast Titan's name? I can't remember.
What's his name? I know it's Aaron's uncle,
Right.
but what is his
I
name?
can't remember. Well, the Beast Titan and Reiner they run away, and I'm pretty sure that's the basically the end of season 3 where they kind of ride the horses to the end of and they see the ocean and whatnot. So I think it's just a time skip from there where they're just preparing and trying to eventually get ready for the inevitable battle that's going to happen.
But what I'm curious is, was Reiner already there after they found out about Reiner? But because what I remember is, in my memory might be messed up right now,
Mm,
but I feel like after Berthold died, right?
yep. And
Um,
Armin, yeah.
yeah,
No major spoilers, we'll just say. We'll leave it at that.
Armin became a Titan. I'm not gonna say which Titan, but he became a Titan.
Okay.
But what happened to Reiner after that? That's what I want to know. What happened?
They remember the Jaw Titan ran and picked him up and then
Oh
retreated.
yeah, yeah,
So that
yeah.
was like him healing, and that's why he's kind of messed up right now, is because he has these like PST syndromes, PSTD syndromes,
Yeah,
PTSD.
PTSD.
That one, that's the one. Yeah, he from like being there, being like one of the warriors and infiltrating them. So he has like all this like kind of Stockholm syndrome esque stuff going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, Attack on Titan is hella confusing right now, man. I just want to
It
see.
is.
I'm just gonna wait episode by episode. There's some people in like, oh, this season isn't hitting yet, and I'm just like, it's only two episodes in. Just give it some time.
Oh, yeah, I'm one of those people that are on it all the way already. Like I'm loving it. Like that first episode, I think is gonna a good indication of like the action and the like suspense and the how like I don't know, just intense this whole season is gonna be. Because that first like I don't know, man, that first scene was nuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like storming the trenches and just like execution style, taking people out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I like each
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Who is that? Like, what is up with that Sasha lookalike though? Like,
Is that the
um,
young
They
the
never
young
said it does like Sasha.
the young girl, the one that
yeah,
like
that's
so
gonna be the next
yeah,
person.
I'm pretty sure those are just all people that are training to take over the Titans because at the last season they said that once you assume one of the Titans, you have 10 years and then it's too much, your body just kind of can't take it after that. So I think those are the people that are training to take over once the Titans either die or once their time's almost up. That's what my presumption is because they call them the Warriors as well. They're like in the Warrior program, kind of like the Navy SEALs.
Okay. Um, damn man, Attack on Titan just been.
It's
I'm ready
nuts.
for that punch from Attack on Titan. I'm waiting for that punch from Attack on Titan. That they always give. They always give. I'm waiting for that
It's
punch.
gonna come, and when it hits, it's gonna hit. I just know it.
That's
It's gonna smack.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna have some smackdowns, dude. It's gonna be nuts, and I can't wait. I hope we get like a Levi Beast Titan re up a second go. That'd be nuts because that was my favorite scene out of all of Attack on Titan, man.
My
That was
favorite scene
that
was
was so sick.
my favorite scene was when Eren found out about Berthold and Reiner, and
That's great too.
yeah, he was like, "You damn traitor!" And oh, that it just gives me chills thinking about it because that was just like, wow, just, oh man, I'm having a fanboy moment right now.
No, they did it. They did that scene in such a good way too, where it's like all this other stuff is going around them, and they're like preparing and whatnot, and you hear all the other conversations, but then like it like kind of pierces through that conversation. You hear Bertolt, Reiner, and Aaron talking, and then they just drop this huge bomb, and it's like, wait, did that actually just happen? And then it just fucking like they just transform, and it's like, oh my god, what?
And then Eren is just he wakes up out of the shock. He's like, "You damn traitor!" Bites his hand. Episode ends, and then
Yeah,
the next episode they recap it, and then he transforms within Reiner's hand, which is
right,
like, wow, this wow.
right. Yeah, it was. It's something else, man. I always kind of knew that the armored titan was going to be Reiner. Like I always thought it looked like him.
Yeah, exactly. It
I
looks
always did too.
Yeah, I mean Annie. Obviously, like that looks exactly like her.
and if you put the pieces together, Berthold is always with Reiner, and
hmm
it has to be the Klaus Titan. It had to be.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely.
That one I couldn't tell by like appearance. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily look like him, but
I feel like it has his head shape.
it does have his head shape. Yeah.
I was thinking of doing this for the first episode of Attack on Titan. I had a watch party over on my Discord, and we had like 10 or so people like just watching it. And we just watched it live and then discussed it. I was thinking about trying to do that with every episode of Attack on Titan, try to get something going of like a specific day. Just like we have at least movie nights or like watch parties at least 4 days a week. We try to,
hmm
and we've gotten to watch some really good movies. And so the people on my Discord have good connects to streaming services and pirated movies for us to watch.
Do you guys watch it like all on your own screens and you just hang out in the watch party, or?
Yeah, what we do is we one person streaming it, and then there's like a screen for the stream right there, and then we're all just like in the chat, or we have a channel just for the movie chat, and we all
Okay,
just watch it off of one person's stream.
that'd be cool. I might
Yeah, so
maybe I'll hop on. It's just hard because we have such a time difference. But
yeah.
what time does it air for you? Do you know?
For me, I'm trying to remember the date. When do the new episodes
They
come
come
out?
out on Sundays. I'm just not positive. Or do you guys watch it the day it comes out? Or
Yeah, we usually watch the day it comes out, or like sometime a little bit afterwards, depending on what everyone's schedule's like. So
yeah,
we'll get everyone there, and if usually on a weekend or a weekday, or someday maybe most of us have the day off, we'll just like hang out, have a few drinks, and just watch it.
shit. I might hop on that for this next episode.
Oh, definitely.
Check it out, eh?
Yeah.
What you guys want? Anything else you guys want to talk about? I feel like this is a shorter one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta go short. I have to leave a little bit earlier because I have to meet up and give one of my fans their prize. By the way, shouts out Walter Gaming gave a $5 donation right when the stream started. So shouts out to him.
Shout
We'll be providing
out,
him with
Walter
Steel's
Gaming.
GPU prize.
Walter Gaming coming in clutch.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to you,
definitely.
man. Shout out to
But I have a suggestion for next week's podcast.
Okay.
Maybe we could talk about some manga too, because I'm reading Stone Ocean. I've just been reading chapters on my downtime at work, so I should probably
Mm-hmm.
be finished with that one too. But it's really, really good. I really recommend. I think you should start reading Stone Ocean.
Yeah, I'd be down to like talk about. We can each like have a series we're reading and talk about it.
Yeah, definitely include that. I'll definitely talk about Stone Ocean a little bit, like chapters we've read and whatnot.
hmm
Yeah. What other anime do you suggest that we could probably fit in?
Well, we got one more season of Haikyu. It's not done yet. It's like there's like 23 episodes, I think. So if you want to watch that and catch up, we could talk about it.
I
Um,
just finish the whole thing. I'd be down.
What else?
yeah, because I think there's like 2 more weeks of it, and then it'll be finished. I think it's only going to be probably 25 episodes.
Trying to think. What else could we watch?
Attack on Titan, obviously the new episode.
Oh, wait.
Watch that, and you want to read a manga, right? So
Yeah, I just started a lot of series as well from that last manga haul. So I got plenty I could talk about.
should we start up a new manga, or do you guys want you? Should we read Stone Ocean?
Yeah, and it's all there, and it's colored too, and it looks really really really
Oh, it's a
good.
colored
It's
manga.
Oh yeah, it's colored. It's really really good. And I'm having a great time. Apparently, after this part 7 is apparently the best JoJo's part of all time, and it's like really really hype. Like it's considered to be the best part
Hmm.
in JoJo's, and it's all about like old America, like after the Civil War, and it takes place, and it's really apparently has one of the best villains of all time too, and I'm really stoked to read it.
Oh, so they go back in time.
Oh yeah, yeah, it goes right to like around the time with Jonathan Joestar and around like then. I think even earlier, but it's with Johnny Joestar and it's in America like after the Civil War. It's like in the
Huh.
late 1800s, and it's really, 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 really interesting.
So are they gonna? I wonder if they're gonna change the power system again because didn't Stans not come around until after like
Oh,
Dio died and
oh no,
came?
they've been around for a long time. They've been around since then. They kind of delve into that, but and it's shown like in this part how they
Mm.
have the stands and whatnot with Johnny Joestar and Funny Valentine's stand.
So they do talk about it.
No, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I
definitely.
was gonna say because I thought like my understanding of Stans right now was like they kind of got initiated when Dio came back or whatever, and like a lot of people got it from like the Arrow or whatever. Huh.
Oh yeah, and they just get more and more crazy too, especially in even part 6. The stands are getting a lot more technical. Like the part I'm on right now, like this Foo Fighter stand, like it, very interesting stand.
Yeah. Where does this one take Stone Ocean take place?
Oh, it takes place in Florida.
In Florida?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it takes place in a women's penitentiary
Oh,
for like
really?
most of it.
really?
Interesting. What time is this one like back in time as well or?
No, it's in modern time. It's in like the 2000s,
Oh,
early
okay.
2000s, and Jolene Cujo. It's all about Jotaro's daughter and everything.
Right.
She gets arrested and gets framed for like a murder that she didn't do, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really really interesting. And there's a lot like the stands are awesome in this one, like
Yeah.
really interesting thought out stand abilities.
Interesting. I definitely would be interested to read that. What's her stand?
Stone free. Her
Stone free.
stand is like it's kind of like Doflamingo's stand, but instead
Oh,
of Doflamingo's power, it's like the string ability, but it's even more technical.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Badass. I'll be down to read that. I think it's on Viz, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah.
So I would have to check that out. Is there a lot of? Or it's finished, right? They're on to part 7 now.
They finished part 6, part 7. They're on part 8 right now.
Oh, really?
Joe Gillian's has actually recontinued again. They've been releasing more chapters of Joe Gillian.
Shit, I didn't know there's that much more.
Oh yeah, yeah, there is, and it's man, it's taken another leap too. Like it's definitely more modernized from like the other parts of JoJo's. The other parts of JoJo's are all from the '90s that we've read so far.
Oh, really? Even like so probably what like up to like part 5, Golden Wind is like
Yeah,
older.
Golden
Yeah.
Wind, it ended in '99.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it went on for 4 years. It started like the year I was born, and then until like I was like I don't know, until like 1999. The end of 1999. Like a lot of the JoJo's parts, even Stone Ocean, they went on for years.
Really?
Yeah, and they took hiatuses and then came back. And there's like Joe Gillian's been going on since like 2011.
Yeah.
Going on.
Shit.
All right.
All right. We'll let Eric get to work here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work.
Are we ready for me to
Yeah, signing
do
off.
anything? But all right. My throat's itchy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Shit. I'm dying.
Are you dying, Noel?
Dying, man.
Jeez.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. This is episode 20. We spoke about Haikyu.
He can't breathe.
Yo, my throat is like so scratchy. It's tingling my throat.
Shit, you got the vid.
But anyway, somebody might have to do this.
All right, I'll take over for you. This is Just Some Weebs, episode 20. Next week we'll be talking about Stone Ocean, part 6 of JoJo's, I believe.
Yes.
Part 6. And we'll be catching up and finishing what's out of Haikyu. So I think 22, 23 episodes it'll be by the time we get to next episode. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about Attack on Titan. So until that, guys, peace out.
Peace out.
All right.
Beautiful. 30